afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, April 17th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. As things are moving at breakneck speed with this transition of this planet and the civilization, and understanding how you separate yourself from the craziness that you're witnessing of how a bicameral civilization operates. Obviously, there are those, and then you can see those who really know that things aren't what they seem to be. If everyone were to truly understand that the universe, source creation, pure consciousness is in constant support of us and everything concerned with us. Everything that we have, everything, our body, our clothes, things, water, food, on and on and on. We will receive more stuff, and this much is guaranteed, by simply starting by being thankful for all the goodies we already have. And I emphasize this over and over again because a lot of us have a tendency to move off center, so to speak, because of external happenings, to stay in the deepest of eternal gratitude. It's paramount. It's absolutely paramount. And we don't, none of us are exempt from it. We do have a tendency to wander off here and there due to external happenings, things that are going on, external authorities. So when these things come around, if we have practiced ourselves of staying in the deepest of eternal gratitude, then they don't muddle up things for us because we choose not to be engaged with them. We don't entertain them. We see them, they pass us by, but we don't grab on a handle and have it pull us with it. We don't choose to interact with it, and that's what's happened to a lot of people. You choose, whether you're conscious or not, you choose to interact with certain things. You just do. And it's real interesting while you watch it. You're conscious being, and you're aware that you're conscious, and you're watching this. And it's one heck of a phenomenal education for those of us who are conscious and aware of it to watch unfold. And as Buddha made this quote, health is the greatest gift. Happiness is the greatest wealth. Trustworthy is the greatest relative. Enlightenment is the greatest bliss. Buddha. Imagine when we move into the area or understanding through the heart-mind of becoming an enlightened giver. And what is an enlightened giver? Well, an enlightened giver gives freely from his or her heart space with deep feelings of love for others, and will with complete detachment from the outcome. That's not always that simple for people. With complete detachment from the outcome. There is no holding back with enlightened giving. We give freely because we know deep in our hearts that there is so much abundance in the universe that we will always be abundant no matter how much we give away. And this abundance, thinking and feeling the enlightened giver to be completely detached from receiving anything in return. Even people who that are of the understanding that when they give, whether it's their time, whether it's a smile, whether it's a hug, I think people always think that giving means money, and that's unfortunate because it doesn't. But the enlightened giver is completely detached. They don't even have an inkling of even a smidgen of an expectation of receiving from giving. And paradoxically, this detached attitude keeps the giver in an expanded state of being where his or her energy channels are open to receiving from the universe. And thus the giver will naturally receive abundance. It is the attitude in which we give that impacts what we actually create into reality, into our life, what we manifest into our life. Okay? That's a tricky one. So paradoxically, this detached attitude keeps the giver in an expanded state of being where his or her energy channels are open to receiving from the universe. And so, thus, the giver will naturally receive abundance. It is the attitude in which we give that impacts what we actually receive in our life, or create into reality, or manifest. And when we look at many that do give, and it's interesting, I've experienced this and over the last year, and how people will give but then take back. It's really interesting. It's befuddling sometimes why that happens, but because they're in the ego mind status, then they are not truly through the heart mind, and they are I don't know how you put it, not aware. I think because of the ego mind controls so much. And a beautiful thing to remember is that Francis Diesis, for it is in giving that we receive. Now, what do you think happens to people that hoard or keep, collect abundance and wealth, prosperity and attention and, their time and effort and everything? And this is a beautiful thing to remember, is that when you give to another, you actually give to yourself. And I think people, they kind of know what this is, but I don't know if they really do. When you give to another, you actually give to yourself. A lot of people think that, when they give something to somebody, whatever it may be, they don't experience that they're giving it to themselves. To them, they're giving it to someone else. And that's not really the truth of it. We are, as I've said over and over again, we are all one and the same. And droplets in the same ocean of life, each holding the essence of the ocean. And each of us is really a part of each other. We are not separate beings. This is just an illusion that all of us have been living with for many thousands of years. So when we give love to another, we are in essence giving love to ourselves. This is reality. This is exact. And it is literally. And this self just happens to have an apparent separate physical form than ourselves. So when we hesitate to give to another, remember that we are in essence giving to a part of ourselves and benefiting all of humanity, including ourselves. This becomes very, very apparent, and it's very important as this civilization is transitioning with this planet. There is a wonderful mythical law of nature that the three things we crave most in life, happiness, freedom, and peace of mind, are always attained by giving them to someone else. Peyton Conway March. Perhaps we only think about giving gifts for the holiday season or special occasions. Yet the enlightened giver is one who engages in this precious act all year long. So imagine how you'd feel by giving a gift to another person every day of your life. Just visualize how rich your life would be if you constantly gave from your heart in a non-attached way full of delight. And by embracing this path, we either choose or we don't choose, of an enlightened giving, we would experience a tremendous heart opening accompanied by an outpouring of continual blessings or goodness from the universe, of positivity from the universe. For it is impossible to give without receiving in return. You don't give and not receive, but you don't expect to receive whatsoever. You totally detach from that. So it is impossible to give without receiving in return. And I challenge anybody to take on this new way of being as part of their commitments and see all of the magic that naturally unfolds into your life. So how can any of us become a conscious, enlightened giver all year long? Well, first of all, remember that giving has nothing to do with how much material wealth you possess. Zero. No connection. An enlightened giver is not about just giving money away. It is about looking inside and asking yourself, how can I share my energy with the world in a way which helps all beings prosper and grow? How can I share my energy with the world in a way which helps all beings prosper and grow? The truth is that you have many gifts to offer your fellow beings on this planet that would enrich their lives. And we are a unique expression of the divine. So, thus, we have much to contribute to those around us. So I invite everyone to write down some of the ways that they could use their talents and abilities to help others. When you give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Kahil Jaban. One powerful way of giving to your world is through the gift of loving words. The most powerful words to give away are words of praise and appreciation. And each time you praise another or appreciate them in some way, you send out positive energy to the people around you, which in turn creates the kind of world you want to live in. Now, the beautiful thing about giving loving words is that it is contagious. And here's another point. A lot of people give loving words, but it doesn't come from their heart. It comes from their ego mind. See? It's a big difference. When you praise or appreciate someone, you create good feelings in the recipient of your kind words, which they in turn tend to pass on to others in their world. So the more you praise and thank others, the more praise and appreciation comes back to you. So from this day forward, do whatever you can to consciously practice praising and thanking all that you come in contact with. So the more you praise and thank others, the more praise and appreciation comes back to you. And it doesn't matter, praising and thanking all that you come in contact with, from the store clerk to your beloved partner. And, giving liberates the soul of the giver. Another way to embody enlightened giving is to give with your actions. Don't just reserve the holidays to use your physical energy to change the planet. There are many simple ways that you can contribute to the planet year-round. Some easy things to do are volunteer with a local organization to help people in need. Help out in a homeless shelter. Give your time to friends or neighbors in need of support. Do random acts of kindness for others. Now, these may include letting people in parking spaces, putting money in someone's parking meter, paying the toll for the car in back of you, or sending someone in the phone book $5. You ever done that? You ever gone through the phone book, local directory, and just picked the name, and you got the address, and you just address their name and send them $5? It doesn't really matter what or how you give of yourself. All that truly matters is that you practice this art of enlightened giving. If each of us commits to doing this, our world will profoundly shift into one that is full of loving, kindness, prosperity for all. And each of us have the option today to give the gift of food, shelter, and water to orphan children we are supporting wherever they may be. We can always feel good about after the day is done. You can always feel good about this after the day is done. So you're looking at becoming, if you're not, which is fine, it's not a negative, but you're looking at becoming an enlightened giver. An enlightened giver has no motivation whatsoever to have any expectations and is totally detached from whatever they do for others. You see what I mean? They're detached from wanting to have something in return. I can't tell you how many times in conversations I've had with all walks of life with people, and in the conversation where they come back and they say, what's in it for me? What do I get out of all of this? You see? What do I get out of all of this? And it's amazing. So as we transition, this is going to become more apparent that we will call upon ourselves and the God within to say, what can we do for the benefit of the civilization? Well, first thing you do is you give to yourself to understand who and what you are so that you become more in peace, joy, and bliss with yourself. That's when you go within, and the journey is always within about you. So as you begin to perfect you and understand, forgive, be gentle and kind with yourself, loving with yourself, communing with the God within you, you then begin to realize that you are definitely, unmitigatingly connected to all that there is. These bodies are more a holographic imaging frequency, and that we have been in them, for a long time, and we know no different. And so we begin to realize that when I talk about the Golden Ocean, and a lot of you new people probably have not heard of that, but the Golden Ocean is it is all of us. It is all life. It is all creation. It is everything. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. In the golden ocean, each of us, in the drops that we are of that golden ocean, contain the essence of that golden ocean. So we're all one. We are the one. And that's what that means, that we literally, all of us are the one. All of us make up the God. All of us make up pure consciousness. We are the one. So just as if you would look at the grains of sand on a beach, all right? It would appear that they're separate, wouldn't it? As you take a handful of the sand and let it slip through your fingers, and you just have a little bit, you retain just a little bit of the granules of the sand in the palm of your hand, okay? So, but in reality, in the true sense of the word, it's all one. It's all one. It's part of everything. So we've been trained to be separate. We've been trained not to look at things as the one, as we are the one, but individuals separately. Now, obviously, we all experience different things in this life and all lives that we've inhabited. But we also realize that we're experiencing for the one. So everybody's experiencing, but we're all one. It's a little different. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But this perspective and this understanding, you begin to realize is that when you look at others, you don't look at them to judge them. You don't look at them to become angry with them. You look at them because they are you. You see? They are you. And when you come in contact with people, instead, you literally are in deep gratitude that they are in your presence because they hold the kingdom of God, just as you do. Can you imagine a civilization fully conscious and aware that shifts into this understanding? Now you understand why I constantly say that life is the highest value in the universes, because we would literally love ourselves, love each other deeply and eternally always. We would give unfettered of ourselves, of our time, of our love, because we're loving ourselves. And people say, well, you know, that guy over there weighs 500 pounds. I can't love him. He's not me. I don't look anything like him. It isn't about that. It's about the God within each of us, which therefore means that we are all one. We are the God. And this is what they've always tried to do, is take the God out of us. And it has never been able to be accomplished. You cannot take the God out of us because we are the God. You cannot destroy us, period. You may be able to eliminate the bodies, but you cannot destroy the God, because we are everywhere. We are one. We are in every galaxy. We are in every universe. We are in every solar system. We are on all planets. We are the planets. We are everything. And when this civilization fully understands and embraces that, then they will become so fully enlightened that it will make their heads spin. And this is how things are progressing and transitioning. We are enlightened givers. It's just that many of us do not know it, and we don't know what the depth of giving is, what it's about. Health is the greatest gift. Happiness is the greatest wealth. Trustworthy is the greatest relative. Enlightenment is the greatest bliss. Buddha. Now, doesn't that ring with everyone? Doesn't that ring true? Doesn't it vibrate very well? So during our time in these bodies, during our awakened states, give this thought, give it your attention. It takes us away from this incessant noise and chatter, worry and fear, not having, what are we going to do, this and that and everything. And, it is what it is, but we do, if we stay, or when we choose to stay in higher frequencies, we concentrate on health as the greatest gift. Happiness is the greatest wealth. Trustworthy is the greatest relative. And enlightenment is the greatest bliss. So when we move into this mode and we enjoy the feeling and the understanding of what it means to be an enlightened giver, then all of the prosperity, wealth, abundance, happiness will come to us. And it will open us up to that of which we are. So, become an enlightened giver. If you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is to relax our bodies. And remember, you are in command of your genes. You are in command of the body. We have a relationship with our bodies. It holds our God. It holds our consciousness, pure consciousness. So therefore, we interact. We are one with the body, and we are one with the kingdom of God. Does that make sense? So when you are one with the body, and you are one with the kingdom of God, you then begin to communicate with the body as if you would communicate with your greatest love. And when you do communicate with the body, you say, body, let's relax ourselves, as we're going to go into a stillness of the mind, and we're going to relax. So, body, I would like you to relax. Just lower the shoulders, eliminate the stress in the body, make sure that the stress in the body is gone. And we can do it. Any of us can do it. We don't need drugs. We don't need synthetic chemicals in order to have an artificial relaxation. It is our power to command this with the body. So as the body relaxes, and use yourself, if you need to do a visualization in your heart mind, use a hammock on a beautiful summer afternoon around 2-ish, and you're lying in the hammock, and you go into this kind of a zone where you have no thoughts, zero, completely nothing. The mind is totally stilled. You're in complete relaxation. And you know that you can move, but you don't move. You hear sounds that seem to kind of dissipate afar away. You hear leaves rustling in the tree. Your eyes are closed, but you can see the sun through the leaves dancing on your eyelids. So you can see some light coming in through your eyelids. And you're in total peace with yourself and all things. In total solitude. Not a care in the world. You are not embracing any thoughts at all. You just are being. You just are. This relaxes you. Use the visualization for the body and yourself. As we relax, we move into the now. The now is all that we have. It is all that we will ever have, moment to moment. It is the space between the heartbeats. That is the now. It is fleeting. It is quick. It doesn't stay. It dissipates quickly. It is in the moment. We are not in the past. We have experienced the past. The past used to be the now. And as soon as we experience it, it is the past. So we don't revisit it, no matter how enticing, no matter how seductive it may be, because we are moving forward. We're in the now, and every moment is the now. And we are creating our futures in the now, in the moment, every step of the way. And we are in the deepest of gratitudes. And we are enlightened givers. And it's only in the now. And the now stills the ego mind. It stills the subconscious mind, like in the hammock, like in the moment where you have not a care, not a concern, no thoughts, just being, just enjoying the being that you are. Well, imagine if this entire civilization were able to do that, just for even a few seconds, what would happen? My goodness. So as we relax the body and we're in the now, we want to breathe. We want to breath in through the nose, real nice and easy, and breath out through the mouth. And the first thing that we care to do is we will breath in, and we will sustain that breath for a short period of time. And as we breath in, and we pull that breath up through the sacral chakra, the groin area. And it comes up through the center of the body. And we move this breath. And as we pull it and move it up through the center of the body, through the heart chakra, the throat chakra, all the way up the crown chakra, into the brain, and we hover right over the pineal gland. And we take this breath and we condense it and we compress it into pure liquid. And this liquid of divinity, this liquid of pure consciousness, pure energy, we release it so it is absorbed and saturates the pineal gland. The pineal gland begins to express and open, and it becomes more alive. And it is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway of our pure consciousness and our awareness of it and beyond. So we do this, and we keep a cycle going. So we pull it in through the sacral chakra, up through the body, up over the brain. We release it as we condense it into a divine positive frequency, the pure energy that we release over the pineal gland. And we hold it. We hold the breath. We sustain it while we condense this energy, this frequency into liquid. We hold it. And as we hold it, we are the God. We are love. We are. I am love. I am the God. I am the one. I am peace. I am joy. I am an enlightened being. You keep these frequencies which help condense this energy into liquid and to have it go around the pineal gland and saturate it. Keep it as it comes up, it goes out, you pull it back in with the breath in, you expel it as the breath out, and you pull it back in, and you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. Now, we pull in divine positive energy, and it's always vibrationally communicating with us through the God and the heart mind. It doesn't come through the ego mind. And as it does this, it constantly is giving us an uninterrupted line of communication with source creation, with pure consciousness. And as it does this, it communicates. We are all enlightened givers. We all have no expectations. We don't have any thought or anything where we feel that we should receive from our giving. We detach from it. And we are enlightened givers. And we practice it. And when you smile at somebody who you do not know, you smile because it's your heart and God smiling to their heart and God. With no doubt, with no fear. When you hug someone because you're hugging the God within them. And that body houses the God, just like yours does. There's no difference there. Yeah, the body may appear different, face, body structure, skin color, everything, but there's no difference because in that body is housed the kingdom of God, and in your body is housed the kingdom of God, and it's everywhere with everyone. Why would you defile another's physical well-being? Why would you do that when the God is within that body? Much different perspective for many to comprehend. So we also have the ego mind. We know this. The ego mind is always there. It is not something that is going to give up very easily. And so the ego mind is there, and it keeps saying to you, come on this way. Don't go that way. Come here. Come this way. Don't believe all that poppycock. Just to heck with it. You and I are doing fine. I keep sending you all these thoughts, and you keep getting yourself more in muck. So that works out okay, though. Now we're in the heart mind, and we are with our God, and we are all one. Body, mind, God. It doesn't necessarily mean in that structure. We emphasize the God. Body houses the God, the mind that we are, the pure consciousness. We have others with us. We have the archangels. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them, all of the angels, trillions of them, they've been with us since the beginning. They're another civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency than we do. So they appear in humanoid form sometimes just to give us a message. Maybe to remind us how wonderful it is to be in these bodies. How wonderful it is to experience every breath. How wonderful it is to be an enlightened giver. And they are aware and conscious that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And there's trillions of them. They can take up a small amount of space with many because of their frequency. And they can surround one of us. Tens of thousands of them can surround one of us. Maybe you've experienced it. It's a wonderful feeling. We love them and they love us. We have the Ascended Masters. We have Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pal Thoth, many, many, many more. They have mastered ascension out of the body and maintain God form. God form's pure consciousness. And they assist us. And they're always assisting us. Because guess what? We are them and they are us. There's no separation, guys. Okay? We've been taught that there's separation. There is not. In anything, in all the universes. So we have the archangels, the angels, the Ascended Masters, ourselves, and we form immediately, we are compelled to form this circle of light, this halo that is embracing the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia. This now, this meditation. And as we do this, any of us that carry any kind of form is gone because we are the light. We are the highest and deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the deepest of eternal gratitude. And this light is so brilliant, billion times brighter than the sun in the solar system, and it grays out the darkness of space. It isn't a light that we would see on this planet. See, it is beyond that. It is the purest of the most brilliant white light. And as we begin to levitate above the planet, this light is like it's just this beautiful brilliance in the darkness of space. And so as we levitate, as we ascend, we see this gossamer field. We experience it's everywhere. And we see all these reflective lights, brilliant, vibrant colors. And the emerald green flaming healing light. It is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. And we have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. We have the white fire. This is our armor. We maintain it. All low dark matter frequencies cannot even be around it because they'll vaporize. They can't sustain form around this armor. Call it pure consciousness, the God armor. We maintain the high frequencies, our armor is impenetrable. When we choose, only us choose, no one else, when we choose to lower our vibrational frequencies deeply and low enough, we then open and invite those lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies into us, and we have the purple transmuting flame. This column reminds us that we can bring it in, transmute all of those low frequencies into neutralized substance, send them back to the pure consciousness for repurposing. And we also realize that right behind that we have the violet ray. That column reminds us that we can come right behind the purple transmuting flame and we can purify and begin to lift the frequencies into balance with the highest of high frequencies of deep eternal love and deepest of eternal gratitude. It is our choice. Only ours. No one else's. And we also see this massive column. It's several times larger than this solar system. And it's cascading pure, liquid, deep, eternal love, light, frequency all over this planet and this solar system. It's saturating, flooding, bathing everything. And it doesn't stop. It's eternal. So visualize this in your heart minds. So we begin, as we continue to move up, we step out. So those of us carrying physical forms step outside our physical bodies and float above them. We're immediately compelled, all of us, to call out to all of the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and from the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude, can they participate in this meditation, in this circle of light, with us. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. Then they come in the billions, in the trillions, in the googolplexes. One googolplex will fill this universe. They come in the trillions of googolplexes. And arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs, they are of the highest, of deepest, 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 eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest, eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, 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 eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest, eternal love, and we are the one. And we are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, beneath earth, Agartha, hollow earth, all of these civilizations, and there are many, many, many of them. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude, join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the galactics, all of the off-worlders. Many, 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 many of these civilizations, only familiar with a fraction of them. The Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Syrians, and the Andromedans. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondages and slavery. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Feel them. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of this body, and all bodies that we've inhabited, and now. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet, Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a fraction of them: the fairies, the elves, the dwarves, the sprite, the gnome, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. Only those who are of the highest, of the deepest eternal love and the highest of the deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. And only those that are consciously aware of this. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the love. And our God light energy is absolutely, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It said center circle. We created this sphere a little over 2 years ago. We have close to performed 800 meditations. And this sphere holds all of them in perpetual motion, filled with joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, deep eternal love, deep eternal generosity, bliss, gratitude, joy, flooding all of us, head to toe, inside and out, both physical and etheric, embracing, loving. Feel it through the heart-mind. This vibrational frequency, we are all one. We are pure consciousness. We are the God. This is expanding and intensifying. And our conscious awareness is guiding us. We look down upon this planet Earth. We see all of our brothers and sisters, all life. We feel them. They are us. We are them. They are becoming more and more consciously aware that they are conscious. We know and are aware that we are enlightened givers. They too are awakening to that understanding that they are enlightened givers. When we give to others, we give to ourselves. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. knowing what an enlightened giver is, knowing that we detach, we have no expectations at all. So we go about helping ourselves through helping others. And this is right through the heart mind, and right through the understanding and conscious comprehension that we are the one, that we all are one. Totally different than what the civilization has been taught. This way it keeps us in disrespect of ourselves and others, keeps us separated, and in a reality that we are not. We are all pieces of the one, which therefore makes us the one. Take this with you through the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. Practice it in any way. You can be sitting by yourself. Think of someone and smile. Send them a smile. Send them a hug. And do it without any expectations whatsoever. Be totally detached from the ego mind. We'll be back here Saturday, April 18th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.